They would ask me, yo, what's your name? You new out here. I said, Ice.
Jerry Iceman Reynolds in black for Fort Hammer. They call him the Iceman because he looks and plays like George Gervin.
Jerry Ice Reynolds, born and raised Brooklyn, New York, Alexander Hamilton High School, NBA, 2 years in Italy. Brooklyn basketball is where it all started. It was like God kind of put me there for basketball. When I moved to Brownsville, I started to grow. I went to high school, I was 5'9" my freshman year. Senior year, I came back, I was 6'7". How I knew I was growing, I took the subway to school, right? The entrance to the train is 6'5". Junior year, I get on the train one day and I hit my head on the top of the train. That joint hurt. Oh, I never forget that pain. From the age 12 to 18 that I was involved with Brooklyn USA, I think that was what made me into a professional basketball player. I became a guard so much at my size at 6'8". There was no positions. There was no center. There was no guards. I benefited from that. In high school at Alexander Hamilton, there was talent that was older than me, built like grown men. Coach Haskins said, Jerry, you too skinny this year. You gotta go back with Lloyd for another year. What a lot of people couldn't see, you see a skinny person, but you can't see what's inside the skinny person. You don't know what they've been through, where they come from, and none of that by looking at them. All you see is a skinny person. I just had a chip on my shoulder about being a skinny kid growing up, and I didn't even really recognize that I was surpassing all of my peers that were my age because I never had an ego. It might be the reason that people called me Ice because, you know, I was able to be around whoever, whatever. You know, I just treat people like I want to be treated. And I didn't even know about George Gervin, the Iceman, when I first got the name. I caught him at the last year of his career, and that was my first year. Once I found out who the Iceman was, it made me feel like I was a good basketball player. If they thought I played like this dude, it was a special day to be on the court with him and say, you know, Ice, I always wanted to be like you. I hope I don't tarnish your name, you know? And he said, no, you got it, young fella, you be all right.
You know you had to be nice if you were given the nickname Ice. We all know George Iceman Gervin, prolific scorer, dropped 40, 50 on a regular for the San Antonio Spurs. But in Brooklyn, our Ice, who was very nice, Jerry Reynolds. Ice in the NBA was a prolific scorer as well. But the thing I remember most about Ice, he took care of his boys. All the homies had come to work for him at his club. I remember going down there and Brooklyn was in full range. All the entertainers, all the athletes down there hanging out, and Ice treated you as if we were still in Brooklyn. Ice never changed. Ice has been the biggest supporter of our project, BallSideMiddle. We love you, Ice. Jerry, the Iceman Reynolds, a Brooklyn legend, BallSideMiddle.